This goes back in here. Now what you can do is you can put this carcass back in the refrigerator right away and get it cooled down. So it's not sitting out all Thanksgiving Day for 8-10 hours. This way you can use it tomorrow for sandwiches, for soup, whatever it is you want to use it for. Also, and gosh, don't forget the poke's nose. You gotta have the poke's nose. Turkey tails, what a delight. You just there's no way around it. You have to pick up a piece and eat it. And once you do that, you then have to go wash your hands. Good Lord, it's hot in this kitchen. I always make sure I have a special towel that's only for wiping off the sweat. Make sure I don't use it for food. So I wanted to mention the technique that I've used here for cooking. It's a cooking technique recipe that I got from my friend Chuck Bowler, who is the director of the Hawaii International Film Festival, the Louis Vuitton Hawaii International Film Festival. He created this technique when he was thrown into a situation where he was a guest of a guest at someone's house. And the people who owned the house said, okay, then you have to cook. You must cook. So he went into the kitchen, looked around, and he found some Szechuan peppercorns and some shoyu. And basically all it is it's 1 cup of Szechuan peppercorns, 1 cup of shoyu, 1 cup of water. You mix the water and the shoyu together, pour it over the turkey, sprinkle the peppercorns over top of that, throw it in the oven, cook it. That's all you have to do, and then you do the basting that I talked about. So, however, I got some information on these Szechuan peppercorns, and it's not good. It's not good news. It turns out that the Szechuan peppercorn is not a peppercorn at all. It's actually the seed of a citrus tree in China. And because it is a citrus, the U.S. Department of Agriculture does not allow it in the U.S. So you're not allowed to get it. So all those years in Chinatown, when I would go down and buy it, they were illegal, but no one was doing anything about it. Then there was this big sweep, and they cleaned them all out. I just happened to have some left for this particular show, and I called the Department of Agriculture to find out, to make sure that it was okay for me to use them. He said, well, once they're in the country, they're in the country. We're not going to come and arrest you. So I said, thank you for that. So we get to have them. The only way anybody will be able to bring in the Szechuan peppercorns now is if they go through this whole process of making sure they've been heated to the proper temperature, so any of the viruses or pathogens that are on them are killed before they get to the U.S. Now, these viruses and pathogens, we're not talking about human life-threatening viruses and pathogens. We're talking about citrus tree-threatening viruses and pathogens. So it's designed to protect the citrus crop of the U.S. They're not harmful to people. And man, it is hot, hot, hot. Okay, so I'm going to clean this platter up, and you're going to see the finished product in just a minute. Okay, so what do you do with the leftovers? What about all those leftovers? Now, generally in Hawaii, as far as the sushi are concerned, you would not save the sushi. Of course, Alice-Ann really likes the sushi leftover. Yeah, well, she's a haole. She eats that. But anybody else, generally, you don't save the sushi. As far as the pokies are concerned, we have one that's a cooked poke, the taco, and we have one that's raw. I wouldn't eat either of these cold. I would use them in a dish where I would fry them up, especially the raw fish. You don't save that for the next day. You've got to cook that. And you don't know how many people have stuck their fingers in it, so it's a good idea to cook those up. Turkey, broccoli, dressing, I saved. I put it in Ziploc bags, left them open a little bit, chilled them down with some ice water. So they cooled down fast enough. So today, if I'm going to eat them, I'll either have a cold sandwich that I eat right now. I don't take it on a hike or go to the beach with it, like Allison wanted to do. Or I'd heat it up to 165 degrees and have it hot, have everything hot, 165 degrees. And what? You still don't have a thermometer? You can get them anywhere.
Okay, boys and girls, it's time for...
How much is that musubi in the window?
We're hunting for the hot musubi. How much is that musubi in the window?
Oh, right there, the
Here we
sign.
are again. Manapua plus 2 for cash.
Shall we have a combo?
$1.99.
Shall we have a combo?
Do you still have enough money?
I think I do.
Okay, if not, I got plenty money.
Okay, let's go. Just like in the window. We got
Just like
one manapua and 2 for cash.
2 for cash.
How you want to do this?
Well, let's do those for cash. They're the smaller ones, so let's do those first.
These are pretty hot. I
These are
can't
pretty
touch
hot.
them.
You can't touch them?
No.
Okay, well let's stick it in. Like our, hopefully not a Shig kebab. I'm telling you, it's looking good, looking good. We're up to 158, 159.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 159, 159 on the pour cash. Let's give this a little wipe.
This is the one
We're
that
staying clean and
I'm
sanitized.
curious about
You're
because
curious.
I eat these. This is something
You eat
I
these?
eat, so
You eat-
I want to make sure that I'm safe.
You eat these pink ones?
I eat the pink one.
Well, look at that. I think you're safe if you eat them from 7-Eleven on Wailai Avenue.
Yeah.
What is that, 148 degrees?
Yeah.
All right.
Right on.
Grind, brah.
Shall we partake
Shall we grind?
in this?
Yes, we should. I'm hungry. I'm still hungry. I'm always hungry.
So something that I found neat about this store was that you don't even handle the food. It's actually handled by the counter person.
Oh, the counter
So I
person.
actually had to ask the person to get it out of the hot box.
Oh, okay.
And this
Okay.
container was also enclosed. Cheers.
Cheers. Cha-ching. So, you know, we're not doing this to keep you from buying musubi and pork hash and all those good manapua at the convenience stores. The reason we're doing it is so that you understand that if you're buying these foods, the hot foods should be hot and the cold foods should be cold. And if they're not, then go to another convenience store. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. All right. Turkey and dressing on the same plate. You wouldn't even know that it wasn't stuffed inside the turkey. Okay, and don't forget, when you're serving the food, it's very important that the hot food is hot. Nice hot mashed potatoes. And the cold food is cold. A traditional Thanksgiving poke. I'd like to propose a toast. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Allison and I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving, and especially to my audience who are so loyal.
They're here. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.